Constance says, how can you manage stress or anger and the effect they have on yourself? That is a big question, and the answer is in what I just said. To understand how the psyche works, you will understand the anger. Now, let me explain a little bit of it, because it's a very elaborate and detailed, and I don't know if I can deliver it right now in my weakened condition. Ferris Bueller. I have described and explained what anger is in my previous talks and a video on YouTube and a book. This new angle for you may also be easy or challenging to understand, but I'm sure if you focus, you'll get it. Let's see if I can think right. If I messed it up, then I'll address it again next time when I'm feeling better. Anger has been a necessity in the old times when the human species were developing, for it to preserve itself, defend itself from the hostile, from the wild animals or the attackers. In order to defend themselves, they needed to be prepared and ready, and that readiness means adrenaline and aggressiveness and reasons to attack, reason to react physically. That needed a certain kind of secretion of certain chemicals in the body to create that ferociousness and to that instinct for preservation and saving oneself. And for that, you needed anger. You needed a certain reaction in a violent way in order to secrete that energy. And mutually mutually inclusive. In other words, you needed to be angry to secrete that, and you needed to secrete that to get angry in a way. But the anger was putting you in a position, proper position, to defend yourself. You needed that kind of an energy, which would have come with anger. But through time, that sort of attack from wild animals or assailants and so on all reduced as civility went up and more development and the evolution took, and all these things changed. Not much of that eventually, after maybe 1 million years or thousands and thousands of years, was the same as it was before. Like today, most of us can walk in the street and not too many fights will happen or attacks will happen. But it wasn't like this. So at one time, it was more need for the anger to create that physical readiness to protect yourself. But now it's not, right? It's not needed that much. However, the mind does not think that is different than the body. Mind and body, in the mind of the mind, there is no dividing line between the mind and body. Mind thinks of the body parts as its peripherals, as its agents to do things. For example, mind tastes through the tongue, but we think tongue tastes. Tongue doesn't taste. Mind tastes through tongue. We think legs walk, but legs don't walk. Mind walks through manipulation of legs. So mind thinks of the body as part of itself. And after a while it was constantly causing anger in order to ready the body to defend itself, when the body didn't need that anger to be in a position of defense, as we talked about, the mind still thought of it as is necessary. So it still gets angry, thinking that it's necessary to deal with things. I probably will deal with it next time because my mind doesn't work that well. As I was actually, funny that you brought this up, because last night I was discussing this by myself about this phenomena. So now that you get angry is because you think the mind and body is one and you still need anger to protect itself, but you don't. Let me see, what was the question? So for us to be able to manage anger better is to recognize that I forgot what I had put together on this actual very interesting discussion. And unfortunately, I don't always write notes, but I bet you after this I'll be sitting down and figuring what I wanted this to be delivering. So, sorry, at this moment I'm blank. Edgar says, great talk, looking forward to the next one. Yeah, okay, me too, because I'm just simply like dozing off right now. Can't even follow my own thoughts. Aida Han, salam. Really like watching your video. Oh, Aida, hello dear, salam. Where are you tuning in? So anyhow, I think what I was trying to say, if I can follow it up a little bit, so the mind still thinks that it's defending the body because it has no understanding that it's the body and it's the mind. It thinks of it as one entity. And now when you're being rude to, or you're being somehow violated mentally, the mind still reacts to it as it did when you were being attacked physically and needed to prepare you to physically defend yourself, so it would get angry. And now that that kind of an attack is no longer necessary, but still does not think of itself any different than the body parts, and when it's being insulted, it still thinks that it needs to defend itself as it used to, and is conditioned to defend itself physically in the past. So therefore it creates an anger in order to be ready for it, but there is no physical interaction or necessity for physical safety. Therefore that anger is a conditioning that we have received through thousands of years, and of course other things comes into the picture, trying to protect something that doesn't exist, and you come to rescue of that, and you're still using that physical way of preparation to take yourself to safety and defend yourself from a physical attack, which was getting angry to prepare yourself and then do what you need. But now you're using the same system in order to protect yourself from some illusion which you think has reality, and that is the image that you have created of yourself in your mind, and you have made that image and to be considered by you more important than the whole of you, that your center, than your conscious, that who you are. What you think of yourself in your mind, I am this, like I'm talking right now, I'm a speaker, or if I'm teaching at university, I'm a university teacher, I'm a teacher, I'm a professor, I'm a researcher, and that image that you have for yourself has become more important than the actual you. And if somebody is being disrespectful to you, or shatters your image or disrespect your image, you try to defend that image as if it's an actual physical tangible thing, and you come up with the same process of getting angry in order to create that conditioning and readiness to protect itself, thinking that the image that you have made for yourself is actually something real and not that it is of non-existent nature, an illusion. But that illusion has been something that you have valued it more important than what you are, and you're constantly trying to defend these images that you through the day change as you go by. You go to the store, you have an image of a shopper. You're selling something, you have an image of a salesman. You talk to your son or children, you have an image of a father. You talk to your mother or father, you have an image of son. You have an image of a friend, you have an image of a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You have all these images that you abandon as soon as their use at that moment of the day is over, and you switch to another image. Yet, when you find somebody somehow has insulted this image or somehow made you have a different kind of or be offended by this image, you come to its rescue thinking that that image is more valuable and important than you and represents you better than you can. Therefore, you get into that old way of protecting yourself, thinking the image is in actuality and reality, and then you become angry and you deal with it in that way, which creates stress. Something like that, I guess, I wanted to share with you, which I still have to consider it further, and not to forget what I want to say and to see if it is exactly what I wanted to deliver. Okay, so Constance says, okay, so the mind believes anger can defend the body because of our heritage. Rest well and recover early. Yes, but also the mind does not distinguish in these cases between if it's defending the body or if it's defending a mind. It doesn't care, it just wants to defend, and now it's defending the image, thinking the image is itself and more important than itself. So the watcher is watching the image and is commanding to protect the image when the image itself is illusion and the watcher itself is the watched. There is no watcher. Watcher, controller, which is your consciousness, is observing and controlling and watching the thoughts that are blooming from the field of the known, from the consciousness. But the actual thoughts are what results and creates the consciousness, the field of the known itself. So the thoughts, the thoughts controlled are the controller. The thoughts are the consciousness. So the consciousness, the controller, is redundant. Not entirely, but you know what I'm saying. The watcher is the watched. The observer is the observed, because it's the observed that helps creating the observer. And yet the observer is controlling the thoughts, the controlled. I hope I didn't confuse the hell out of you guys. But it is an interesting thing. So if you learn about this whole thing, then you will realize how really pathetic the whole the whole society has become. And we say we are the way we are because of the society. However, who made the society? We made. The society has made us, but we made this society. We are the society. I am the society. You are the society. So we've got to understand how this is conditioned and has been put together, how it's interacting with everybody else's psyche. And that's why I offer all these videos and discussions to help ourselves to understand more about how we are made, how we are functioning. Jacob says, I'm in London. Oh, you're in London. Best from cloudy London. I have to go. Looking forward to reading your books. Okay, okay, great. Okay, guys, it's time for me to go as well. I think we've had a good talk, considering that my brain was half ready. However, look forward to see you guys maybe tomorrow on the Amazing Things in the World Facebook page, which I will put the post on my own Facebook page tonight, so you'll know where the link is. Or to next time, next week, same time, same place, but not same time, 10:30 as usual. Okay, be good. Have a good time. Take care of yourself and your loved ones, and be good to yourself, to the others, and talk to you soon. Do make sure you share the videos you like, and do check my site and share the videos that you like, and ask your friends to subscribe. And talk to you later. Love you all, and thank you very much for waiting for me today. Sorry I was late. Bye-bye.